The Doghouse Cup Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is tased at an all-American kitchen. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Shoney's guests can count on quality, delicious food along with warm, friendly service. Stop by one of our West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar. And don't forget to take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's. Delicious food and friendly service since 1947. And Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 filler, 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins, and loaded with brain-enhancing nootropics at optimal levels. Make the switch to a better tasting, better mixing, and more effective energy drink today with flavors like pink lemonade, fruit punch, and grape popsicle, just to name a few. Use the word Doghouse in the link in the description to find out more. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting as we come to you live here this Thursday night in the Doghouse Racing League. Yep, this racing league open setup, and of course we're heading to one of America's favorite tracks, Texas Motor Speedway, where a little bit of changes have happened out here on the track. We'll talk a little bit about that here in just a second. Do want to give a quick shout out to Rogue Energy and Shoney's for sponsoring the league out here tonight. Only about another 30 seconds left in qualifying. No surprises here with Chris Leftwich knocking down what I'm seeing is a 28.72 out there on the track. His number 8 Ford is the only Ford to place in the top 10 here tonight. We are riding along right now with the 99 of John Smith, looking to see if he's got anything for us out there as he sits in that number 10 spot. 99 is going ahead and checking on out Jeffrey Weimer, and that should go ahead and do it for our qualifying session here tonight as we kind of get tuned in just in time for Texas Motor Speedway. This track has been very, very good to many drivers out there, but we're going to figure out who we crown tonight as one of the as another happy, lucky driver here tonight. 120 laps out here tonight. We'll be looking at 74-degree track temperature, 3 sets of tires down the pit, 70% fuel limit. Of course, no fast repairs. 2 starting parks tonight will be Bill Gentry and Gary Clune, so that's going to be an interesting one there for the Twisted Axle Racing team. Hopefully they will be able to bounce back and hopefully get some decent times here tonight. Assisting me tonight here will be Stella, my broadcaster sitting alongside me, and I'll be producing the best I can here. Stella, what do you say?
I say I've got my fingers crossed for tonight with the way you're sounding right now. Take it more. How about some warm whiskey?
Ah, yes, that may be exactly what we need. Seeing how we're getting ready to get locked and loaded here. Drivers getting lined up. Stella, we are taking a look, seeing if we can find them down pit road here. There they are, right there next to the pace car. Pace car lights will be turning on here in about another 45 seconds, which is the perfect time to go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for tonight. Chris Leftwich and Jonathan Jennings will be sitting 1 and 2. Justin McMahon sitting 3rd, and Kevin Powell, once again, appreciate his return back to the Doghouse Racing League since he's had some problems. Hopefully his steering wheel's squared away this time as he will be starting 4th. Christopher Simon will be our 5th place starter next to Hunter Simpson. In the number 5 will be in 6th, though on the outside of row number 3. Moving on to row number 4 will be Mike Leftwich and Daniel Wilkerson. Tyler Mollett rounding out our top 10 with John Smith, who could not be passed for his qualifying time, so good shot by him. Mark Dumont will be 11th next to Eric Warman. Warman been on a tear as of lately, really moving up through the ranks and placing some solid points running here, so hopefully we'll see how well he does for the remainder here of the night. Look like Justin McMahon might have stalled out there during pit roads. Hopefully that doesn't happen during the race. Moving on through the rest of our field, Stephen Bonomo will be 13th, Ricky Hudges 14th. On the inside of row number 8 will be Jeffrey Weimer and Richard Clark. And then the final row of our field, row number 9, Gary Armijo and Chuck Cobb. I'm looking to see Chuck Cobb in the 81, looking to see if he can get out there, and I believe he does. Right now, looking a little slow to get started here. But no worse for the wear as we get these guys locked and loaded. Right now, Weimer's got to get, and Weimer, Cobb, everybody's got to get up to the front of the pile here, or they're going to be in a boatload of trouble because pace laps don't last long here, Stella.
No, not at a 1.5-mile track. They get around there pretty quick. I mean, show me some qualifying times if you got a second.
Actually, some of the qualifying times that we did see possibility. Let me see if I can pop them up here. Here were some of the qualifying times: 28.718 for Chris Leftwich, and then petering on after that.
Okay, I was just kind of curious because I was looking at the fastest qualifying times for this track, and there's 27.908. So these guys are right on the money, and here we go with a green. Yep,
here we go. Jonathan Jennings out on the outside, easy on the green there. I don't want to definitely take anyone's catchphrase away and stoop lower than them. Let's rock and roll here as we stay out front. You know exactly who I'm talking about. I love seeing right now Christopher Simon in the 27 Toyota, looking to see if he can get another car, make, and model out in the front. Right now sitting top 5. Chris Leftwich in the Ford. Now, Chris Leftwich has been fast. Most of these tracks we do see him race on, but his consistency isn't quite there. Chris Leftwich, he's able to play at some fast times. If he ends up getting in some trouble out there, unfortunately, his car ends up in the garage faster than we expect.
But most of the time he's not right out front, so maybe this time he can avoid some of those wrecks and not end up being taken out.
Well, that's definitely some hopeful thinking as we're riding along with Chris Leftwich now. Looking back, Justin McMahon kind of scraping the side of his car off the outside wall there here at Texas. That tunnel turn coming out of 4 is a little bit tricky. Not as much as as it is there with Charlotte. But Stella, we talked about a couple of tracks here that have multiple different turns out there on the track, and, different angles and different banking out there. Darlington, being almost egg-shaped, but this track actually has a little bit of change going between 1 and 2.
Well, actually, 1 and 2 has 20-degree banking, but with the 5-degree on the way to 3 and 4, and 3 and 4 is a 24-degree banking. So I foresee them, taking on some high lines and woo, and off the front nose of that car, and being able to get some pretty good speed going here. Also, with the 58-foot wide minimum width, they've got room for at least 3 wide.
Yeah, but what ends up happening is the entry into turn 1 and 2 are just so difficult that if you actually enter too high into 1, you'll actually go up and almost tap the wall through 2 and put unnecessary wear on the tires that you were definitely trying to keep alive out there. But look like we got a battle here for the lead as we rotate back up front. We were taking a look back there with a couple of drivers in the back around Mike Leftwich area, but I am back up front where Justin McMahon is looking to make a bid here for the lead. Right now he's got it here by just a nose, but not too much. Chris Leftwich will have to turn exit speed, and he's going to get some help here from Jonathan Jennings. Jennings right now in the $91 General Chevrolet out front, trying to see if he can push a teammate up to the front. Waiting to see when Kevin Powell decides to come into play. Right now, these are your top dogs here in this league. Chris Leftwich, Justin McMahon, Jonathan Jennings, Kevin Powell, and Hunter Simpson. We talk about these guys a lot just because they're hanging around up here in the front. But Stella, we are looking at the top 8 making about a 1.4 second breakaway from the rest of the field.
Oh yeah, and that gets bigger as we go, as we take on this next lap.
Yeah, we're trying their best. You see McMahon getting all out of shape here. Right there next to Jonathan Jennings. The door draft is tripping him up a little bit. Give it right now up to Justin McMahon to hold on to it there. Not causing any problems or slinging into the grass there on the front. But, man, he is trying his best to hold on here and not fall too many positions back as he now drops back down to third. He's going to battle alongside Jonathan Jennings. Right now, not a whole lot of passing going on here except back with Eric Warman. Warman has actually gained 6 positions on the night. He just made a shot underneath of Hunter Simpson. You see Eric Warman back here in the more of the tan and orange car with next to Hunter Simpson. Simpson getting a little loose behind him, and so is Tyler Mollett. Mollett's been missing a few races here, so he's dropped down in the points chase, so he's going to be chasing the rest of the field here as he is at least up 1 position, sitting 8th. But he is one of those drivers that's kind of off pace here a little bit, and he's got to quickly get up to Christopher Simon before he loses the draft.
Yeah, I'm watching closely. I understand this track tonight is at 30% usage, and so we're looking at the being tight to start off with. Then it should loosen up a little bit, and then once we get really hot and we're bothered, it should tighten back up for the finish.
Okay, well, we'll definitely keep an eye on that as the track rubbers up. This being a self-cleaning track, these things are able to go ahead and kind of trip these guys up a little bit. Not too much debris will end up being on the track from the tires coming apart as they wear it in ever so easily out there. Nobody slipping, sliding around too much. But Stella, we're talking a little bit about it being tight, then they're getting loose, and then tightening up again, for the entire race. Fortunately, this is being an open setup. Adjustments can be made down pit. The initial adjustment for the entire car cannot be altered once they're there, but, may be able to make a few track bar adjustments, should be able to tighten or loosen a race car up during the race.
Yeah, it's amazing to me. Most of the ones that we watch are fixed setups or tuned for that particular race, whereas the most they could do is maybe a little brake bias adjustment. But these guys, this is an open setup league, which means from Leftwich or Jennings, that might be completely different than it is for, Simpson or Wilkerson, and according to how they drive and what they are set up short run, long run, anticipating the race to look like.
Yeah, checking out there in the chat. Looks like Hey Doggy already joined us. Kevin Brown, appreciate you. Hate to see you're stuck at work, my man. Definitely would like to have you back out here and trying to see if you can toy around with these guys and see if you can race them just as hard as they're racing each other out here. Let's rotate back to John Smith, Mark Dumont, and I believe that is Mike Leftwich in the number 60 there on the outside. Mike has been very, very calm and very consistent. Stella, we'll take a look here at the points here in just a moment. Right after we watch Mike Leftwich take over not one but two positions here on this lap. He's moving back up to the top 10, but not so fast as John Smith says, hey, wait, I qualified there. There's the contact. Heading right through the last part of the front stretch before they dive into turn 1, which means John Smith goes from 10th to 12th. In a matter of about half the track there, Stella.
Ouch. That's going in the wrong direction, fellas.
Yeah. Well, right now, there are some guys who are moving up. There's some guys who are moving down. Warman's moved up 6, so he's pretty big mover here of the night, seeing that he started down in 12th. Mike Leftwich right now is our guy who's lost 3 positions. He originally started 7th. So still moving on through where Mike Leftwich is looking to see if he can get back into the chase here. Dumont is sitting exactly where he has been. Smith has dropped down 2, but Gary Armillo has at least gained 4. So still on the track, all 18 drivers, but Stella, with the pace that these guys are holding, there may be a possibility of a bunch of guys going laps down, seeing that we're looking at Leclerc and Jeffrey Weimer off pace by almost 9 seconds.
Well, with this league, I would not bet against that because cruise bike racing, that's what they're good at, and that's what they're known for. You've got to be on your game each and every time you sit behind the wheel with these guys.
Yeah. Well, we're taking a look here at the start-finish line where Jonathan Jennings has now slid in that 2nd position. McMahon drops down to 3rd, and Hunter Simpson actually kind of way back here. I believe he's blinking out just a little bit there, but he should be A-okay to ride along with Kevin Bell, who is right now inhabiting the 5th place area. Right now he seems to be pretty comfortable here. Warman not really pushing the subject much at all. I would assume probably guys may consider waiting till next pit stop before things start happening. Stella, when you get out here racing, your adrenaline's really going. I mean, you're jacked up, you're ready to go. Qualified, you practice, you're now out here on the track with these guys. I mean, how do you not in the first 20 laps, when do you take that sigh of relief and just say, okay, now it's time to hit my mark and keep going? How do we just kind of have the drivers said anything to how they kind of combat that?
Well, no, they haven't said anything to me, but in looking at how these guys race, at this point, I'd say they can be relaxed. They're in single file. They've got some space. Nobody's pushing them into, to going faster than they want to or trying to pass. Right now, they're probably eating a sandwich.
Yeah, it might be. I know a couple of guys are trying to figure out how they're going to come up with some more speed. We were talking not but about 4 laps ago. Guys off by almost 9 seconds. They're almost up to 13.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at guys here in the top 10 off by 5 seconds. I mean, this is pretty impressive. And seeing that Chris Leftwich still maintains the lead. He's only been challenged once here so far by Justin McMahon, but now McMahon's fallen off by 3/4 of a second. So normally, like I said, we see Chris Leftwich out in front here. And he, I would say short time coming. He doesn't last long, but right now he's kind of proving us wrong here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You were what?
Yeah, sorry, he's sliding around a little bit, coming out of 2. He almost breaks sideways, and oddly enough, Jonathan Jennings was sideways heading into 1. So Stella, I think this may be our move here for the lead. Is Jonathan Jennings might smell blood in the water here. Underneath he goes. Jonathan Jennings has gotten the lead, and almost completed the pass, but wait for Chris Leftwich to try to turn it on here, coming on the outside. Nope.
Oh,
See the front
nope.
end drifting, and that's it.
Ooh, I did. Yep, he's got to drop back. That had to have just scared the heck out of him because it got me.
Yeah, honestly, Stella, the past few laps, that's actually how Chris Leftwich's car's been running. He's having a heck of a time trying to stay attached to the track, and it's definitely slickening up. And I don't know if his car is going to be able to maintain. We'll watch one more time as he goes through turn 2 here and see if he kind of waddles a little bit. No, but 0.3 of a second, he's going to be off. So I don't think he's going to regain the lead here. Stella, do we have any kind of pit fuel window?
Between 40 and 45. They can go at least 40.
Alrighty. Well, we're already over that halfway mark to that point.
Yes.
Let's go back here and check on a Toyota here in the top 10. Christopher Simon. Looks like Warman's under fire. Wow. Good job there by Simon checking up. I wasn't sure if he was going to rotate up into it. But that definitely gives him a kind of a one-lap reset here. Guys get a good run. It's hard to kind of come back and grab that lead again here. Christopher Simon, like I said, here's his wind-up again. He's going to head into turn 1 and 2 and try to re-attack because that was just not good. But Stella, I've raced out here at this track, and I am not a fan of the 1 and 2 change that they have made here. The car does not want to rotate, and it would rather slide up the track rather than be cupped in.
Yeah, I'm just amazed. Normally we see the back end of a car, kind of doing a little fishy wiggle. But to see the front ends of these cars doing it is kind of a whole different concept.
As we're taking a ride along here with Christopher Simon, you do notice how flat it is, almost like a Michigan raceway. Wow, yeah, you see Warman. There's some trouble off turn 2. Slides underneath here, but look how nice and bowl shape this is. You like the banking. Guys used to rip around this turn so fast, but here comes Warman back on the outside here. As they shoot past the finish line, it looks like Warman will have him.
Yeah, the only having the 5 degrees, in the straightaways, I guess, it doesn't allow us for a huge of speed, or maybe you can't use that huge pickup of speed because you have the really steep turn coming up. Which is it? Because I know some of the tracks you get such a gain of speed going on the long stretch, and you can use it in the turn. But
Yep, that
nice
was Justin
move.
McMahon making contact there with the wall.
Oh wow! And Warman did a sidestep that Michael Jackson would be impressed with.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive here. We are taking a look back here, 4 seconds off pace. Warman, McMahon, and Simon. So apparently, Jennings has the setup here tonight. Definitely the one that will hold off with his tires and everything here all the way to the end. Oddly enough, if I'm not mistaken, do we even have a driver from the Twisted Axle Racing team even out here? I do not see one. No, Nicholas Atwood, no nobody. Wow. Yes, an entire team is missing here tonight, which is really unfortunate. Because normally you'd see these guys tumbling around in the top 10 as well. Definitely being a thorn in the side of the Elite Southern Motorsports team. As we take a look at Christopher Simon here, sitting 6th, trying to see if he can shoot his way on through. No can do as Warman blocks that lane yet again. Warman's been passing here most of the night, gaining 7 as he now sits 5th, but looking to try to see if he can get one of those positions back and at least get back to the qualifying position here. It's Christopher Simon in that UPS machine. Not seeming to find it as easily as possible, but doesn't seem like he's going to have a shot at it here. It may take him a few laps. Let's see if we can rotate back to Tyler Mollett. Mollett, yep, there goes Michael Leftwich. Leftwich down close to the paint, slides underneath, And now Mike Leftwich is back up to 9th. Right now, remember I said Leftwich originally started in 7th, still looking for those couple more positions. But he does have to make up a solid amount of time for Mike Leftwich, that is. Right now, if he wants to get back where he was going to have to make up about 2 3/4 of a second to catch Justin McMahon. All right, let's rotate back to where pit road's actually heating up. Ricky Hudges, he's working his way down pit road now, and I believe our first driver may have taken it back to the garage of Chuck Cobb in the 81 Chevrolet.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not sure if something happened. I'm not showing any.
So do you think we're looking at an off-pit cycle strategy here?
Unknown, because I believe Mr. Hudges may have taken it back to the garage as well.
Heavens to Betsy.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's having some trouble or they're, I've seen things like this, and if their car isn't set up quite the way they want, they're not just gonna let the bleeding continue.
Battle with it for the next 90 laps. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, Chris Leftwich, who had led most of the majority here of this race, has fallen down to 4th. Simpsons now moves into 2nd. Powell is now 3rd. So Stella Weir taking a look at a track that was fast at the beginning, but guys are starting to slow down a substantial amount out here on the track. Let's see if we can check back on Warman again, because I think Simon has got a shot here on the inside. At least 3/4 of his car is there, and Simon's got it. Full clear here. Warman might try to shuffle up and slide back underneath with a great run. Oh, man. How in the world did he not swipe him here? Warman on the outside.
I don't know, but this is exactly what he did a minute ago when they were going back and forth. All of a sudden, he just comes up, grabs that rear end, and swings it around.
Yeah, give it to Warman here. It's kind of still hanging in there. Early dive into 1 there. Hopefully that doesn't kind of cost him, as Christopher Simon's going to look to set him up yet again after that turn 1 and 2 run here. Ooh, man, still with a boatload of trouble out here. Making contact with that wall. I guess he doesn't like the safer barrier update that they made. They're going to be back at it. Fortunately, these cars are tanks, so the walls are nice and soft rather than being concrete. Let's see if they can stick it out here. Stella, 38 laps, almost in the books here. And this race is kind of shuffled up a little bit here, where guys have moved up and down. And so far, no caution.
No. Quit that. don't be giving them the jinx there. Yeah. But so we are going to be looking at pit road coming up. Let's see what kind of strategies these guys have. If they decide to do tires, how many tires, and oh, look at that! See, he's going to come around again.
Yep, making another shot here toward the inside. Warman's looking for it. He's got half a car, 3/4 side by side now, and now he's trying to squeeze out in front of him. Just about clears him here, but can Simon hold on to it as Warman check up? Yeah, it looked like Warman, something may have happened. I think he was worried about that car rotating up the track into him and may have checked up a little bit there as Simon pours on the gas just a little more. Visiting pit road is Mike Leftwich. And Jeffrey Weimer is now our next driver to take it back to the garage. Yep. We got a few guys having to try to piece their cars back together here. I guess setup will not do. And they'll have to come back and try again next week.
I'm looking at Mike Leftwich in the pits. Is he?
Yes, Mike Leftwich is in the pits. He was the first driver in the pit. He's working his way out now. 4 tires and fuel for the number 60 Chevrolet for the Shoney's team, looking to fight his way back out there. Definitely caution comes out now. You want to hang your head. Let's
here we go.
Back. Chris Leftwich, McMahon, Mollett, Daniel Wilkerson, John Smith, and Gary Armijo.
Somebody missed their box.
Yeah,
Smith, I think.
Bit here. Taking a little look at what our schedule is here.
All right. Oh. Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
I was wondering what 99 was still doing. Did he get a black flag for speeding or anything?
No, John Smith has 16.2 seconds in this pit box.
Okay, I guess just a little slower than the other guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I may have stalled it out or ran out of fuel or something, unsure. But it
So
is
what do we
gonna...
have? Only two that haven't gone in yet? Leclerc and Bonomo?
Yes.
All
They're
right.
still out here on the track, still moving on around. Actually, Rich Leclerc will be the only one who is yet to pit.
Yeah, Bonomo, I think, just went in.
Yes. But we want to talk any kind of times here. We are looking at Rich Leclerc, 31 seconds.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Something's wrong. His speed is way off here.
Wow.
Yeah, way off. I wonder if he ran out of fuel here.
Oh. Well, he's got to time this and angle it just right, not to go too fast and getting in, but if he's got no gasoline, he's got to make it to his pit before it completely stops.
Yeah, I think he should be all right. I just don't know why he was doing 120 miles an hour on the backstretch when you got guys. Let's rotate it to Hunter Simpson at
Doing
175.
170.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, at least he was down on the aprons. Nobody should, be up behind him. Now, let's take a look at the gap here. We've got a 2.5-second gap between Jonathan Jennings and Hunter Simpson. How in the world did we have a major pit all?
Yeah, not by much. Actually, Hunter Simpson was about half a second faster. In the
Faster.
box itself. Now, Hunter Simpson, 42.27 seconds pit lane time, and Jonathan Jennings was 43.17. They both pit on the same lap.
Wow. Okay, I didn't think they were that far apart going in.
No, but you see Simpson is chopping it down to about 2.5. It was almost that 3 area.
Oh, I was looking at it 2.55, and I'm looking at it going up. So, all right, let's see it go back down. That'd be good.
Yeah, Simpson trying to see if he can battle back here and catch up to Jonathan Jennings. I think Jennings may have got caught up in a little lap traffic there as he keeps on rolling. You see right there, Jonathan Jennings, and here comes Hunter Simpson. Chris Leftwich now occupies third. That moves us to Kevin Powell, who is fourth, and Justin McMahon being our fifth place driver. So not too bad, not too shabby here, but we got a few things happening out here on the track, kind of messing around, scooting guys around, trying to figure out how they're going to fight their way back to the front here, Stella. But there's a lot of work left to do, especially with over half this race left to go.
Oh, yeah, and I'm looking at Simon and Warman are still, say, in that frontish group, because you've got a good 3 seconds before you hit Mike Leftwich in 8th place, and it goes down from there. We do have 3 racers that are 1 lap down at this point, Momo, Leclerc, and Mollett. If we do end up having a caution at this point, Bonomo would be our lucky dog.
Yeah, but actually Mollett had a problem down pit road, 54.7 seconds in the box.
Oh,
So
that
he was either fixing
definitely
some damage
sounds.
or we sped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, definitely a bummer there for Tyler Mollett in the 94 Chevrolet Rogue Energy machine, trying to see if he can bounce on back. Stella, tell me a little bit about Rogue Energy here.
I can, because that Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. It has 0 sugars, 0 fillers, only 5 calories, and is packed with essential vitamins and loaded with those nootropics for that brain enhancement. So make the switch to a better tasting, better mixing, and more effective energy drink. They've got black cherry, sour candy, fruit punch, lots of them. So there is something for everyone. Click on the link in the description for more information, and don't forget to use Doghouse to get a discount.
Man, I was hoping you weren't going to forget that part. That, to me, is the most important part, is being able to use Doghouse to go ahead and get a little bit off your first order there. Don't forget to use it in all caps, Doghouse. So, all right. Stella, we move on through here from Tyler Millette being a lap down, Eric Warman gaining 5 positions, sitting 7th, as Christopher Simon hangs out in front of him here. From all the way to, you know, drivers moving up, guys moving to the back. That's definitely what you expect to see here in Texas.
Yeah, for me it's a little cloudy. Um, I'm having a bit of a streaming issue. But yep, I'm watching things happen.
Yeah, we are trying to fumble a few things on out there. Right now we are taking a look at Eric Warman down on the bottom as it looks like he overcomes Christopher Simon. Simon's still trying to hold on to it here as he pushes on through. Warman not done yet. Very, very close as it looks like Simon's still trying to pass here on the outside. And Simon will lose the position heading into 1 and 2. But an extremely low entry for Warman. Simon's going to make up the gap. Warman cuts him off.
Yeah.
And Simon now going to have to shuffle to the side here. Man, that was close right there on the exit of turn number 2. So Simon back to the drawing board as it looks like he's going to be chasing down Justin McMahon again, which McMahon is about a leap and a bound out there, 1.2 seconds ahead, but is still achievable here at Texas. Definitely some things that they could see. No, we can't fit it in our screen, Stella, but if I'm not mistaken, this track has one of the largest TV screens there on the backstretch.
Yeah, they did. They've gone back and forth between being the having like the largest, what is it, 218 feet wide, 95 foot tall. I think they call it the Big Hoss, of course. Get it? Texas Hoss. So it's been the biggest, and then it wasn't the biggest, and they keep going back and forth as to, you know, if we add a little bit more, it's kind of like the Empire State Building, putting that antenna on the top. So
Yeah, just trying to stretch it just a little more, but right now
Yep.
Eric Warman stretching his legs out of here, really reaching up and cutting that 1.2 seconds down to 0.8 here. Justin McMahon just kind of doing his thing out here. I don't know if he's made the right adjustment down pit road to make that car do what he wants. Chris Leftwich spending about a half second longer than any of his side counterparts out there in the top 5 in his pit box here tonight. So Stella, we got a few things going on out here, you know, and if you seeing that we're caution free and these guys are so spread out, you think this one will be green to the end?
Being that they are so spread out, I think it's a very good possibility because of the quality of the drivers. I'd like to see them a little bit condensed. We, you know, have some passing and have some excitement. But as far as excitement, we can look at the thrill of sim racing with Simtrax, who is your sponsor for this evening, the cutting edge broadcast and production company. They make the league come alive with high energy and knowledgeable coverage that you won't find anywhere else. So tell your friends, subscribe, Simtrax Broadcasting.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to check us out on simtrackbroadcasting.com for all our previous streams that we have done from multiple leagues out there. I believe everybody we have broadcast before has been quite pleased with what we were able to do. And many inquiries have been placed, as well as applications out there on the website as well to kind of check in and check our availability. We do have some availability out there. But come this holiday season, everybody a little spend a little time with their family, a little less time off the rig, which is completely understandable. But we will definitely be joining the big show here Saturday and Sunday, and the NSR League will be having a filler broadcast team in for them this weekend, and then we should be able to resume back with the NSR League after the holidays. Oh,
Right here.
no, Chris Leftwich.
Oh, hold it! It's no, yes! Yeah!
Well, everybody else praying for caution, and that was probably as close as it was going to get. The halfway point here for Chris Leftwich, and that does not pan out well for Mr. Leftwich here as he gets knocked on back a bunch of positions here on the track.
He does, but I'll tell you, that's I enjoy the what it takes to stay on without spinning 360s, not going up and down the track and catching everybody up in it. Oh, we're going to get to see it again. There it starts. Yikes. Look at that. Even clipped the wall a little bit.
Yeah, that was impressive. Him hanging on to that. That was
Yeah.
there wasn't much
What,
to it.
what do you think we could look on the inside? Will it show us him with the steering wheel going wild and crazy?
Yeah, if he didn't clip the wall here, I think he'd have gone around.
Maybe. But if it woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yay. Never came out of fifth. Interesting.
Yeah, probably
No.
didn't want to downshift and cause the rear end to actually start spinning. So it
But
looks
can
like
you
they're-
tell, did he clutch at least to take some of the power off a little bit?
It didn't sound like it. It sounded like he was still to the floor and the engine was revving.
No kidding. Wow. All right. Well, let's take a look back up front. You see that Hunter Simpson is either falling back or Jonathan Jennings is pulling away. We're at about the 3.5 second mark now between first and second, and another 3 when you look between second and third. Following that, we look at 3 seconds behind him for number 31, Warman.
Yeah, that we are. And now we actually are going to keep our eyeballs here on the battle for that 7th position. And Leftwich going around again.
Oh, that's it. Yikes. He lost a piece. No? They're not going to say anything about there being a bumper in the middle of the track?
No, I guess not. Looks like we are going to stay under the radar.
Alrighty. Talk about a self-cleaning track. That's better
Guess
than the
so.
Starship Enterprise.
Just wonder how Jonathan Jennings is going to deal with this. Boy, Jennings is rolling just off his front nose.
Oh, that can make me dizzy. Wow. It looks even faster when you're down low like that.
Yeah.
I'm always amused to see how close he can get to that wall.
Mm.
Some of the tracks, I kid you, you couldn't put but your hand maybe in between. This one, he appears to be cruising.
Yeah. Cruising at a wonderful top speed of 187 miles an hour.
No kidding.
Yeah. That's moving it. All right, Chris Leftwich down pit road, see if he can get that thing squared back away. He's going to be back to the drawing board. Here's unfortunately it gets knocked down. Armijo would be the lucky dog if we had gone under caution. Right now Armijo remains a lap down here. John Smith, the last driver on that pack, to stay out in front right now. Smith oh man, almost
Wow.
making contact here with the lapped car of Tyler Millette.
Yeah, he needs to up his spotter's pay there because either that or just buy him new glasses.
Yeah, I'm impressed to see Jonathan Jennings kind of running away with this one. We are on lap number 70 as he gets that one started. Stella, we're only about 50 laps away from completion. This has been mostly Jonathan Jennings' race. It was originally Chris Leftwich's race, but he is,
Yeah.
looks like, we'll double check here. And I believe he has taken it to the garage.
Oh. All right. Well, not at the garage is Chris Simon, number 27, and Michelle is out there in the chat rooting him on. And K-Doggy agrees with me. What a great save.
That was pretty good, the first one. The second one, not as lucky.
Not so much.
Yeah. Kept scooting
But-
around there.
That's what you were saying at the beginning of the race, though. Is you had he's has some good runs, but then something happens.
Yeah. I just wonder, if he was just pushing a little too hard there on the outside and it just caused him to slip up and contact the wall.
Can you tell if he was a 2-tire or 4-tire taker in the last pit stop?
Um, yeah, if I remember right, it was a 4-tire.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 4-tire stop.
Just curious. So we have 10 on the lead lap. We have 4 that are 1 lap down and 4 that have taken it to the garage for tonight. We are going to be running into another couple lap cars here at this rate. Number 99 Smith and 14 Dumont. They are just a bit outside.
Yeah. Somebody just a bit outside is Tyler Millette from getting back onto the lead lap here. He's got to find Bonomo and Armijo in front of him. And right now, Country Trick is out there rooting them on, kind of hoping Tyler Millette can kind of snap back from this one. And I think he's still having, once again, a bunch of problems out there on the track, trying to get this thing to hook up just right. Whoop. Actually, Millette working his way down pit here. It looks like he's checking out of this one. Stella, we came down pit originally.
Slow down.
We're back around the lap 40 mark. We're pitting early this time.
Yeah, I missed that. I'm sorry, you broke up.
Yeah, but he originally pit, around that lap 40 mark. We're coming in on lap 75.
Okay.
Fuel window, may cause another pit stop here toward the end, and I would expect to see everybody try to stretch it out as far as absolutely possible, to make sure they had enough fuel for the final stint.
Yeah, agreed. That's the way I would plan it. They were saying they can definitely make it to 40, and I guess if they haven't been pushing too hard, from trying to do some fuel conservation, they could make it to 45, and I would definitely, like you say, stretch it out as far as I could, so that I can get this one last one. Hopefully there's no, 42 caution laps, and or any green-white checkers, and I should be able to make it to the end if they can get to 80.
Yeah, but how do you do it? If let's say you're Mark Dumont out here in the number 14 Ford. His fastest time out here on the track has been at 29:27. His last lap time was about 30.4 out there on the track. Now, you are dealing with a decent amount of fall off. Guys who have thrown tires on are back out there racing, almost their qualifying speed again, depending on the track condition and temperature by that point. How when these guys, if you continue to stay out there longer, you're possibly sawing away another, a second, a lap slower than everybody else who decide to come down the pit.
Well, right now we don't see, a fire sale heading into pit road. So I think most everybody is going to try that later rather than early strategy. If you see everybody going, for heaven's sakes, do it to it. But this is just one of those times where I don't think an early pit or an off-cycle pit is going to help you much.
Yeah.
And here we have a taker, Mr. Wilkerson. Yes.
Yes, and we'll see if Daniel Wilkerson did come speeding down pit road.
Didn't look good.
Yeah, I saw him lock it up way after the line. But he actually had a very, very, very odd entrance. Mark Dumont actually cut underneath him there as he was trying to get into pit road. So you saw him up close to the wall and then having to swipe down, which is really unfortunate here. We'll keep an eye here on Daniel Wilkerson and the Adam Looney Foundation number 78 Chevrolet, and he's out of the box. So looks like he may have broken in under the speed limit here as he comes out of pit road on lap 78 is when he pit. As he's now going to be a few laps down. Jennings and Simpson now pass him and trying to see if they can send him not 1 but 2 laps down, and Jennings still on a roll here, just insane. Insane amount of speed. His best time being around the 29:17. Last lap was 30 seconds, .3.
Okay. Okay. Out of curiosity, when they speed down pit road, and they get a black flag, is it, and it's a bad thing to say, is it a choice? Or does it not let them go at all?
If you speed into pits, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You have to hold.
Okay. It basically holds you there.
Yes.
It's not like you can go and then take it later.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Now, hopefully Country Chick is out there figuring out what's going on with Tyler Millette as he is now
Yeah.
rounding up to 4 minutes in the pit box.
Yeah, somebody, maybe she'll pop up and let us know.
Yeah, Justin McMahon is down pit, as well as Christopher Simon and Mike Leftwich. They're joining pit road now, so right now only about the top 8 drivers have yet to pit. Richard Leclerc, he did pit on lap 43 and is working his way down pit now. See if he can go ahead and get some fuel. Kevin Powell, Jennings, and Simpson still sitting 1, 2, and 3 here, Stella. The Chevrolets are starting to take over here on this track. It just seems to be the winning ticket here in this league.
Yeah, well, is it the car or the tune? Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. It'd probably be a good question to ask one of these other guys if that would be something that would have to be taken into consideration. That if you throw all those guys into a Toyota and see what happens.
Yeah.
Just make sure
Okay.
it's not a car problem.
All right. So that's
top-
Mr. Powell
Yep.
coming in?
Yep, top 6 coming on down. There's Bonomo. Bonomo's working his way down.
All right.
All right,
Yeah,
so there's
what-
no telling our guys who are in the lead or not in the lead until we start getting these guys back out onto the track.
Yeah.
Yep,
Kind of
there's-
curious to see if Hunter Simpson makes a better bite out of the Jennings lead this time.
Well, half a second faster than Jennings was in his pit stop. But his lane time suffered this time. Simpson looks like 5 seconds off pace.
Ouch. Okay. And it looks like Mike Leftwich is going to be left if he doesn't put a hoof under him.
Well, it's impressive to see this league go no caution and put almost 3/4 of the field down the lap.
Yes. 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 I would have loved to have seen double this field on this nice wide 1.5-mile track. But
yeah. You can
just
definitely
saying.
find out how, if you head to doghouseracingle.com or if you head to their Facebook page, you can definitely sign up. Stella, with these guys have more than one league. They've got a fixed truck setup league broadcasted by Intensity Broadcasting on Tuesdays. Definitely should be a good show. Jonathan Jennings owns very well over there. Does definitely some impressive driving. I would almost say he may be a heck of a mentor to learn after. But Jonathan Jennings, might be that guy, that one you circle on the calendar. Today's the day I'm going to beat the 91. Because not many have done it. But it is possible, but not many have done it.
yeah, you'd see a lot of the same, what do they call it, the usual suspects over with the trucks as well as here. But you got some new faces too, right?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely a bunch of other drivers over there as well. So they can go to the doghouseracingle.com or on their Facebook page. Go ahead and message them. Go ahead and make sure your I rating is up. We got a nice, I believe, Class B or Class A license. And you can come out here and try to race with those guys, either in the trucks or in the Cup Series. Cup Series is more the elites. That's where they start bringing their guys. They're the aces out here, and for reasons why they don't cause cautions out here. is because these guys are just so good. As we take a look here at Jonathan Jennings going ahead and leading lap 89, moving on to lap 90 as he rolls on through. Mollett, eight minutes down pit here, so I think that's going to do it for Mollett's night. I don't know if what connection problem he had, if we had a packet loss or what happened there, but it does not look like Tyler Mollett may return back to the race.
If he'd like to, he could always come down to the infield car care center and pop in and let us know what happened.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he's able to join us out there and figure out what's going on. I don't know if he's got some technical issues and it's completely logged him out or whatnot. You know, definitely some computer crashing. I'm assuming everybody out there is probably having some buffering issues. I'm definitely getting them here on my end. Trying to figure out what in the world's going on here, but we'll try our best to keep fighting on through here. I think we got a little bit of trouble through what they've got going on. Jonathan Jennings sitting first, Hunter Simpson is second, and Kevin Powell rounds out our top three. Moving on back to Christopher Simon and Warman. These two guys have been battling each other most here of the night, where you kind of expect one to overcome and then drive away with it, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
No, nobody's. They've been battling it the whole time, but it's like they got a little rubber band on them. As soon as one gets in front, the other one slings by.
Yep. We are taking a look at Warman here. Warman sitting right behind, just trying to see if he can find another angle to see if he can squeak on by, but no can do. Breath of fresh air, a little sneak around the side of the 27 here. No can do. It looks like Simon's going to get a definite sidecar full of them here. And Simon might be watching him here on the inside, pull away. Look at Simon, there he goes.
For a moment.
Warman getting now almost 2 car lengths in front of him now, so good turn 1 and 2. There by Eric Warman. Out in front. But what can UPS do for you? About to make a special delivery here. He's going to be seen to slide underneath and catch right back on up to the front with him. Michelle out there. He's rooting on Christopher Simon. Is kind of hoping we're going to see just that. The 27 Toyota will be able to pick up another position. Some doesn't look right here, Stella. It looks like Simon is falling off a good bit.
Yeah, this is the furthest I've seen him backed off of Warman. Not quite sure why. If he got what gave him the edge this particular time.
Yeah, I don't know if any kind of a tire strategy is being taken into account. Right now, Warman did come in for 4 tires on 84, and Christopher Simon 4 tires on 81. So it shouldn't matter that much by 3 laps, with only less than 25 laps left here to go. But there may be a possibility where Simon's going to, hopefully he's not overthinking this, and he may be, actually conserving these tires here to try to make one last shot at Warman later on here in the race.
Yeah, that would be unusual, like you say, at this point in the race. Is going to make that much difference? Do you think we've got time for one of your commercials?
Sure. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back, and we'll be back to it live here in just a moment. The Doghouse Cup Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is today's all-American kitchen. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Shoney's guests can count on quality, delicious food along with warm, friendly service. Stop by one of our West Virginia locations to try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar, and don't forget to take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's. Delicious food and friendly service since 1947. And rolling it out here with Rogue Energy. It's designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 fillers, 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins, and loaded with brain-enhancing nootropics at optimal levels. Make the switch to a better tasting, better mixing, and more effective energy drink with flavors like pink lemonade, fruit punch, and grape popsicle, just to name a few. There's something out there for everyone. Click the link in the description to find out more information. Alrighty, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out there for a shout out from our sponsors. 17 laps left to go as we're taking an overhead look here of Hunter Simpson, number 5 Chevrolet. Right now, staying out in front. Kevin Powell, who's down behind him by almost 5.5 seconds. Everybody getting pretty spread apart out here on the track. And Stella, this race, other than Chris Leftwich kind of getting tangled up here, pretty
Pristine.
Uneventful.
Oh.
You know, we've had a little bit of side-by-side racing, but really nothing to write home about. Not guys smashing into walls or, going down and sawing away half the grass thinking they're any kind of a lawnmower or anything. Guys are just doing their thing, hitting their marks, and making this run.
Yeah, well, practice makes perfect. So I'd say these guys have been doing their dailies and getting the practice in on this track.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I'd be looking for some serious injuries, but I would like to see a little bit more, maybe side by side racing and a little bit of cutting in and out with the crowds. So, but right now we've got 13 drivers that are still on the track, 7 of which are on the lead lap. And we have 14 laps to go.
Yes, that we do. And right now we are trying to see how well this is going to go. Miguel out there rooting on Christopher Simon, who's hanging out in the 5th position.
Yep.
Unfortunately, qualified that position. I mean, I would be happy here in the Doghouse Racing League, coming away with the top, starting top
Any
5
day.
and coming away with a top 5. I mean, I can't say anything. I just hate finishing exactly where I started. I guess it could be worse. Mike Leftwich is sitting in that same boat, who's down here in 7th. Mike Leftwich trying to battle on through here, seeing if he can pick up a position there from Daniel Wilkerson, but he's got to drum up about 4 seconds to catch him here. I showed you guys a little bit of the track map where all the drivers are out there, and it does kind of look like a bowl of soup. Everybody's all in the same area. But still, you talk about guys racing side by side, and we're different things of them weaving in and out of traffic and certain things.
Yeah.
Now you know why NASCAR put in stages to try to clump these guys back together, put new tires on it, make sure everything was safe, and then put him back out there for that kind of pack racing that everybody likes to see. But if you do consider it here, you know, Jonathan Jennings has a lot of skill, being able to pull out in front by this entire field by over 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, and he actually did not start on the pole tonight.
No, he started just outside the pole, so I believe Chris Leftwich did have a hot lap out there. Definitely maybe adding a little more tape to the nose to help deflect some of that air so he can get out there and try to nail down a little bit faster time and then make a slight adjustment before the race. Yep. So right now we are looking at, I believe, the top 7 drivers still here on the lead lap. Mike Leftwich may be our next guy to unfortunately end up a lap down here in just a moment. There he is right there coming into the screen. Right now. This is
Run away!
Stella, I could say it's a battle for 7th, but unfortunately the guy in 7th is going to be battling to stay on the lead lap. As Jonathan Jennings is going to be looking to see if he can kind of put him in the rearview mirror instead of out the windshield. And Daniel Wilkerson's kind of thinking the same thing. He's got a 2-second lead ahead of Mike Leftwich, which he's hoping that's just enough so Jonathan Jennings doesn't put him a lap down. While we take a kind of a thought about Jonathan Jennings and Daniel Wilkerson here, I'll kind of take a peek. This is our points chase here. Jennings out in front, Hunter Simpson sitting second. Kevin Thompson, who's not here tonight, sits in third. Wilkerson is fourth, and Simon is fifth.
That's going to hurt Kevin Thompson having no points for tonight.
Yeah, that it is. That's going to kind of destroy him here. All right, outside is Richard Leclerc. That's where he's going to go. As Mike Leftwich still keeps charging on through. 7 laps left to go for Jennings running him down, as you see out way in the distance, as where Daniel Wilkerson is, as we sit and take an eyeball here off Jonathan Jennings' group out in front, as he now is starting to make up a whole lot of speed as the draft is prevalent here and easily accessible behind Mike Leftwich. Leaving a door open to pass, allow him to pass. Stella, you know, when you're this close to the end, do you still block?
I don't know about block, but I definitely wouldn't just give it up.
Yeah. No, you definitely want to see if you can hold on to him here and try to continue pile driving on through. Right now, it doesn't look like anything's going to happen. Whoop, Wilkerson's going to blink out there. Here he comes back. Can't believe that was Gary Armijo. We just got around on the number 7 Toyota. Looks like Jennings might be actually bleeding off a little bit of speed here. These guys go on and do their thing, but I've got to admit, Stella, you know, as we were talking and watching, Mike Leftwich has picked up the pace and is actually running Daniel Wilkerson down.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
that I see they're both both right there at 29 seconds.
Yeah. We're trying to see if how this is going to go here right now. Christopher Simon is sitting 5th. Daniel Wilkerson is going to see if he can hold on to 6th here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do as Mike Leftwich goes and easily gets around Daniel Wilkerson. Wilkerson actually came down on lap 78 much sooner than everybody else, almost by 3 to 5 laps sooner than everybody else. So Wilkerson, he's heading down a lap now. That moves us to Mike Leftwich. Leftwich trying to stay out in front. 3 laps left to go. Can he do it?
Yeah.
All right. We have William Gentry out there in the chat saying he hates that he missed the race tonight. And they put in a lot of time. Right now, he's pretty happy to see his Elite Southern Motorsports and the Loud Metal Racing team holding it all together here, as he's definitely rooting on his guys, hoping they can kind of come in some solid positions here tonight. But Jonathan Jennings being the top dog here right now, hanging on to the lead with only 2 laps left to go to win the Simtrack 180 here. In just a couple of laps, it seems all but over.
Yeah, and unless, you know, iRacing suddenly puts in that blown tire model, I do believe we're looking at probably our finishing places.
be pretty good. Seeing how Jonathan Jennings has been doing, I think I would probably expect iRacing to choose something more unpredictable, is more like rain. Slicking up the track and put somebody in the wall here. But I give it right now to Mike Leftwich to not give up here, to stay out in front of Jonathan Jennings. Jennings is looking to come away with race win here, and definitely he's going to be finishing on the lead lap. Wow, wow, wow. Excellent job here by Jonathan Jennings. There he goes. Waiting for Hunter Simpson. There's Hunter Simpson. And
All right.
see Eric Warman. Warman will get through here in just a second. There he goes. And come on, Christopher Simon, where you at? There he comes.
Nice lead.
All right, those are all our
Nicely
guys there
done.
on the lead lap.
Okay, well, we will be gathering them together and seeing if they've got some shutouts and some. There we go, and some donuts for us. Hey, that's kind of cool. A little bit of a flower going. Oh, we got a whole garden going now. Look. Oh, my heavens! He blinks at the most unusual times.
Yep. There's your race winner, Jonathan Jennings. What an awesome job this was by him to come away with the win here. All right, everybody, hold on just a moment. We're going to go ahead and run these guys down and definitely have a chat with them.
All right.
Alrighty, everybody, here we go. Caught up with our third place finisher. Little off pace there, but your team was definitely on a roll here, Kevin. How's it feel to be back with the Doghouse Racing League?
Well, it feels great, man. I'm just missing something. Something's just missing. I don't know if it's my will. I don't know. I got to figure out what that is so I can get back in contention for these wins.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I've definitely got a direct drive, and I don't know if I have too much force feedback or not enough out there. But here we are at Texas, man. Interesting race is kind of boiled down to be is spread out. No cautions. You kind of expect that?
Yeah, with these guys and this track, I expected no cautions. Well, to be honest, I thought maybe we would have one early caution, and then after that it would go green. But I'm not surprised to see it go green from start to finish.
Huh. Yeah, well, that was definitely an interesting run that we had here tonight. You know, kind of this season's been boiling down, and I would say, you know, it kind of almost coming to an end, man. How you guys have been doing out here, you know, kind of what, as one of the admins here, Kevin, I'll just kind of poke in, you know, just the edge of it. You know, what is big for the Doghouse coming up soon?
Uh, you mean with the league, with like the Cup Series?
Yeah, Cup Series, what you guys have planned. I mean, the upcoming seasons that you guys are gonna be looking at for this upcoming year.
Um, I don't know. We haven't really discussed. I mean, I think we're keeping the next gen. Um, but you know, I think we're gonna go to the rules and maybe let some of the league, like the Cup Series, decide on how they want to handle certain things in certain situations to kind of give it more of a driver's say. So
Okay.
we can look forward to that. But you know, nothing really big is changing on the cup side of things. So
Okay. Well, I know things like pit strategy and things like that we see here. Stella had mentioned earlier, even during this run, that possible stages may have helped clump you guys back together. I'm sure you, Hunter Simpson, and Jonathan Jennings would be absolutely against it. But when you got drivers like
Yeah.
Chris Leftwich out here who were running some hot laps, I think he would have liked a break, come down, throw some tires on, and go at it again.
no, I understand where you're coming from on that. But let me ask you something, Patrick. If I know today they stage race and everything, but you have guys that work so hard throughout the week to get their setups to where they want to be. How can it be fair to them to have to, they've then jumped out to a 5 second lead? Why is it
Right.
fair to them to get a caution when they did their homework, they did their research, and it's just like resetting for them?
Yeah, hundred
And I
percent. And
think a lot of people have that problem with NASCAR today.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, you just hate seeing kind of a runaway, I guess. I think there would be like if you had a halfway point where you almost like restart and go back out there again. But I completely agree. The guy's done his homework. He's pushed out there as far as he can. But instead of building your car for then long run, you would end up building it for 40 lap short runs, which would then definitely trip it up even more. But regardless, Kevin, the way you guys run this league, man, I love seeing what you guys can do. And all three of your Chevrolets really hammered it in here. Give me a shout outs, Kevin.
Yeah, man, I want to shout out some tracks and all y'all for the broadcast, man. Y'all do a good show every week for us. Shout out my team, all the ESR, man. We practice all the time, and uh, we have a really strong team right now. I really enjoy all the guys. Everybody we practice with, other teams hop in practices sometimes. I appreciate them, because we never know how we rank up against others. I want to give a shout out to the admins, and the whole Doghouse League, man. I love this league and all our sponsors, Shawnee's, Rogue. I'd like to shout them out as well.
Oh, yeah. And if they're looking to sign on, they can go to doghouseracinglleague.com or on their Facebook page if guys are looking to get a little time in the light here, especially on the broadcast. Kevin Powell, congratulations, man. And we will check you out at Talladega.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Alrighty, that's going to do it for Kevin Powell. Moving us on to Stella's favorite driver, Hunter Simpson. Hunter, talk to me a little bit about this race, man. You were blanking out there a little bit. When are we going to get rid of that McDonald's Wi-Fi?
I don't think
Oh.
I don't think there is a way to get rid of it. That's just where I live, man. I'm in middle of Kentucky, so it's just nothing you really can fix
Oh,
unless
okay.
Stella wants to let me move in.
Okay, there we go. So the groundhogs are still digging the lines for the wire. Okay, hopefully, maybe we can get you some satellite reception out there, dude. This race was a hard one to come by, and it just didn't seem like you could catch Jonathan Jennings out here. You guys both work on these setups, but kind of what's the difference here at Texas? I mean, you guys battle back and forth. It was a little bit. Chris Leftwich was out there laying down some solid times. What's the difference out here?
At the beginning of the race, I mean, you always have an idea of who's gonna burn their stuff up and who's not. And with the setup I had, I was just a little bit too snug starting off, and I think we all had the same setup, but I was just a little too snug for my own liking, so it put me in a hole early on. But I made that second adjustment on that pit stop, and I felt a lot better. I started to create the gap, and I started to gain a little bit. But on that last pit stop, I got
Munched.
I got I got held up a little bit coming off pit road, and I was able to close the gap from there a little bit. But I mean, John's a great guy; he can manage that gap, and so I didn't want to risk making that one more adjustment and then spin out and lose it. Lose a almost a guaranteed top three.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
Well,
mm,
you guys
mm.
actually have done exactly like a deja vu thing from last week at the Auto Club. Jonathan in the front, you're in second, and Kevin Powell right behind you.
yeah, I was hoping to be one spot better, but I know that he's a great driver, and so if I mean I give it my all, and if I just came up short, I got set behind a little bit, but we'll go into Dega and just have a good race, and hopefully we can end up 1, 2, and 3 in points with Daniel getting third.
There you go. Well, the Talladega is next week. We're gonna do a little redo of that one. How do you think that's gonna come out?
I feel good. I
Yeah.
feel I can push real good, and I feel like I can be pushed real good. It's just some other people tend to play a little bit of games there, and it's
Mm.
just I'd rather just race it out. People can be real aggressive, and when you're racing for points like we are, you just got to be careful and aware of the situation.
Yeah, and there were a lot more cautions. We had like 4 cautions in that race. So you think that'll make a difference too?
I think so. That'll add some strategy on if you want to take tires or not. But it's a super speedway, so there's gonna be some people that show up that don't really show up anywhere else. They just want to throw their hat in the ring, which
Ah,
all the power to them. But we'll do what we can to show why we're one of the best teams out there.
there you go. There you go. Sounds good. You got some shout outs for me?
Oh, I have plenty. I want to thank you guys for the broadcast, Daniel for setting all this up, all the admins, all the league sponsors, Shoney's and Rogue Energy and Simpsons Design Shop. We're hoping to get that set up as a league sponsor. For all your paint buying needs, you can hit me up on Facebook by
Ah,
Simpsons Design Shop. I'll get you a paint made. Uh, Alabama Enterprise, Fusion Auto Sales, Simpson Brothers Towing, Adam Looney Foundation. It's for a great cause, and I love being able to run that. AutismSpeaks.org. Just and all my teammates. We ran so good this season, and I'm glad to be able to cap it off real well. And congrats to John on the win.
Oh
all
yeah.
right.
All right, Hunter Simpson. Congratulations, man, and we'll see how you do at the Super Speedway of Talladega.
I hope
Bef-
to see you guys next week.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, but before that, we'll be looking at the Snowball Derby.
Yep, I'll be there. We'll be
You'll be
trying to.
there on Tuesday?
Yep,
Good.
got to put the work in and try and get ready for that. See if we can get even better and get set up real good for the finish there.
All right.
Ooh. All right. Good luck, Hunter.
Thank you.
All righty. Stella, where are we going to at the Snowball Derby?
Five Flags Speedway,
Ooh,
200 laps in the super late model.
all right. Well, that could be a nasty track. That might be really interesting, but somebody else made a really nasty finish and actually pulled away with a beautiful uh, win here was Jonathan Jennings in the 91 Chevrolet. The Dowdle General Machine returns back to the track for a win here. Talk to me about this setup here. What was the hardest thing you found about this track to kind of overcome?
Well, it's kind of unpredictable tonight. Was it? They didn't stay no certain way. It's tight when it goes loose, but it was kind of moody tonight.
Mm. Did lap traffic cause any trouble for you tonight?
Nah, I just tried to tiptoe. Didn't have a whole lot of pressure from nothing immediately anyway.
Okay. Yeah. We found it kind of interesting that it almost looked like the two of you guys were having fun when you were running down Mike Leftwich to try to put him a lap behind.
Um, I was gonna move out of my way, and I told him just to run his like race because he was racing for position, and I had some space. And I was fighting a loose condition at that point.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
okay. Okay.
kind of tiptoes to the checkers.
Yeah, it looked like you were kind of chasing him down there. He actually started picking up the pace and got past Daniel Wilkerson there for the to get back into sixth for his night. But man, definitely you didn't qualify on the pole. But Chris Leftwich was super fast out there. He did kind of the same song and dance, kind of waiting for his tires to burn off and then overtake.
Yeah, but it looked like he was trying to take care of them. But from my viewpoint, he was getting loose, and after you overheat the rear tires on these things, it's hard to get it back.
Well, Jonathan Jennings, you come away with another win here. We got two more tracks, the Snowball Derby that will end up at 5 Flags, and then we've got Talladega that's going to be the redo for the season finale. Talk to me a little bit about it. Which one you more excited about?
Snowball Derby.
Yeah, because the winner gets a trophy and $25 in iRacing credits, and the second and third place gets $10 in iRacing credits. That's pretty generous.
Yeah. I think if I win it, I'll just give it back. That's
Bro.
Nah, I'm not. I'm not in it for money. I'm here to have fun and keep learning. That's the key part.
Wow.
Nice.
That's definitely something, man. You're definitely a teammate and somebody a lot of people want to follow out here, especially for the Elite Southern Motorsports team. You guys look like, and you also looks like you're going to be coming away with the season championship here for the year, man. So you got a lot of things coming your way. I mean, how's it feel, and payoff? I mean, talk to me about the amount of time you put in and how it's kind of all coming to a head here.
For this week I've had, makes me feel a lot better. Fighting a little COVID. It's been a rough week for me.
Yeah, I think you were not the only one. A lot of us are kind of coming down with some weird bug going on out there. But, man, definitely nothing bugging you here tonight. Jonathan Jennings, give me a shout-out here, buddy. What a race it was.
You guys for the broadcast. Daniel and all the admins for putting the stuff together each week. Tony's and Rug Energy for sponsoring the league. And my teammates for all the work we put in. I think we put together probably about 20 different versions of setups.
Oh, my.
Yeah, definitely. The way Texas is set up, everything's a little weird there. Jonathan, congratulations on your win here at the Simtrax 180, and we'll catch you at the Snowball.
Man, thank you.
All right, Stella, what a race. It's kind of definitely an odd one, though, I would say. Not exactly what we thought was going to happen. I thought we may have had some cautions, but it did not seem to be the case here.
Nope, not tonight. These guys were racing clean, racing fast. Their worst enemy was the wall. So then next week should be interesting. I don't know if I've ever been to 5 Flags Speedway.
Well, you'll be your first time joining there. Definitely an interesting track and a little bumpy if I do say so. So I think car choice will be critical there, and they're definitely setting up the suspension. Next time you guys will see Simtrax broadcast, and we will be with the big show this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. A little bit of short track series. I believe we're heading back to Bristol for the knockout. And Stella, talk to me about the Super Speedway on Sundays.
Where are we going to be? Back?
I believe we're back to Daytona.
Are we really?
Yeah, we're either back at Daytona or Talladega. I cannot remember. Regardless, I can guarantee you we'll have 40 drivers battling it out there as they hammer out the few last pieces there of the race. And next you'll find us here with the Doghouse Racing League for the Snowball Derby on Tuesdays. That should be a good race, guys. So keep in touch. Watch out for the link out there, and I'll definitely make sure we'll have something set up. That way you guys can save it into your favorites and be ready for the race. But until then, be well, be safe, be kind, and we'll catch all you guys next time.